Hello students, welcome back in another class of science. I guess you people are staying safe and healthy at home. Students, as we have already discussed about useful microorganisms in the last session, so today we will be discussing about harmful microorganisms. Can you tell me in what ways are these creatures harmful to us? So let me tell you, microorganisms are harmful to us in many ways. Let us discuss how. Number one, some microorganisms causes disease in plants, animals and human beings. Such disease-causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Number two, some microorganisms grow in food items, making the food poisonous by producing some toxic substances into it. Number three, some microorganisms spoil materials like clothing, leather, wood, etc. Now moving one step ahead, we are going to discuss about different types of microbial diseases in different organisms. Now firstly, we'll start with microbial disease in animals. Number one, bacterial disease. The disease caused by bacteria. Example, anthrax disease in cattle. Anthrax is a highly contagious disease which mainly infects cattle such as cows and buffaloes. Number two, viral disease. The disease caused by virus are called viral disease. Example, foot and mouth disease in cattle. Next is the microbial disease in plants. There are several diseases such as bacterial disease. Blight of rice. Its symptoms are pale green patches observed on the leaves of rice plant. Number 2. Citrus canker. Its infection causes lesions or the patches on the leaves, stems and fruits of citrus trees, including lime, oranges and grapefruit. Next is the fungal disease. The disease caused by fungi are called fungal disease. Number 1. Rust and smut disease in wheat plant. Number 2. Potato blight in potato plants. Now coming to viral disease. The diseases caused by virus are called viral disease. Number 1. Tobacco mosaic disease in tobacco plant. Number 2. Mosaic disease in mustard, cabbage and cauliflower. Number 3. Curling of leaves. Examples, cotton and beans. Number 4. Rolling of leaves seen in tomato plant. Now we have discussed all the different types of plants and animal diseases of microorganisms. Now moving one step ahead, we are going to discuss about microbial diseases in humans. The disease which spread through microorganisms from person to person are called communicable or infectious diseases. Their mode of transmission occurs by three ways. Number 1, air, water and food. Next, we are going to discuss about different types of microbial diseases in humans. Number 1, bacterial disease. Examples, pneumonia. It is transmitted through air and symptoms are inflammation of lungs and high fever. Number 2, typhoid. It is transmitted again through water or food. Symptoms are infection of intestine and continuous fever. Next, talking about viral diseases. Number 1, common cold. Mode of transmission is through air, that is by sneezing or by coughing. Symptoms are running nose, red watery eyes. Number 2, chicken pox. Can be spread through air or direct contact with a person. Symptoms are fever, skin rashes and headache. Next, fungal diseases. Number 1, ringworm disease. Can be transmitted through air. Symptoms, Circular rings on the skin causes itching. You can see in the picture as well. Number 2, athlete's foot. Transmission is by air and symptoms are fungus growing between the toes and causes itching. The last one, protozoan diseases. The disease caused by protozoa are called protozoan disease. Number 1, malaria. It can be transmitted through mosquito bite. Symptoms, high fever with chill. Number 2, amoebic dysentery. It is caused by Entamoeba histolytica. Can be transmitted through food and water. Symptoms, loose motion with blood and mucus in the stool. Now children, we have discussed all the different types of diseases in animals, plants and human beings. Now going to move ahead, that is food poisoning. Another way by which microorganism causes harm. What is food poisoning? Any disease which is caused due to consumption of contaminated food or drink is called food poisoning. Certain microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, fungi grow on food and produce toxic substances that spoil the food. Its effects are it causes diarrhea or vomiting and even death in serious cases. Next is food preservation. It is a method to keep the microorganism away from food. What is food preservation? It is the process of treating and storing food to prevent its spoilage by microorganisms, either by killing the microbes or preventing them to multiply. Methods of food preservation. There are different food items need different methods of preservation such as number 1, drying and dehydration. Some fruits and vegetables are dehydrated either by drying in the sun or by heating. Number 2, salting. Preservation of food by adding salt is called salting. For example, raw mangoes, lemons, amla are preserved by adding salt. Third, by using sugar. Sugar syrup containing sugar is used for preserving fruits and vegetables. Next, by pickling. Oil and vinegar are added in pickles as bacteria cannot survive in highly acidic medium. As we all know, vinegar is an acid. Next, by using chemicals. Children, have you all eaten jams and jellies? Which preservatives are added in them? Sodium benzoate and potassium metabisulfite are used as preservatives in jams and jellies. Next, by pasteurization. It is the process of heat and cold treatment to which milk is subjected to make it free from bacteria. In this process, the milk is heated by 62 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes, followed by 70 degrees for about 15 to 30 seconds and then chilled suddenly. The milk which is obtained after this process is called pasteurized milk. Note: the process of pasteurization was discovered by Louis Pasteur. Another method is by deep freezing. Storing vegetables, fruits and other food items at sub-zero, that is -18 degrees centigrade in deep freezers. Next, by canning. The food is heated at 110 degrees centigrade for about 30 minutes and then canned under vacuum. Vacuum means no air spaces. The last one, by vacuum packaging. Most dry food items such as oils are marked in sealed and airtight packaging and sold in the market. Now, ending up the session here, I hope I have made my explanation very helpful, and at last I'll request everyone to listen the video and read the content carefully and solve the related worksheet. Goodbye, thank you, best of luck.